Hey, welcome back to episode 3 of our Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl walkthrough. In the last episode, we took on the very first gym leader of this game, Rourke. In this episode, might be a bit of a long one, actually. We might make our way all the way past Flower Roma Town and make our way to Eterna City in preparation for our second gym battle. So, might be a bit of a long one. Here is Ravaged Path. There's going to be one brand new Pokemon available on here, and that is going to be Psyduck. I really like Psyduck for nostalgic reasons because of the anime and stuff like that. It's not the most capable water type Pokemon. It evolves actually pretty late for a one stage evolution Pokemon, and its special attack isn't the greatest, but for nostalgic reasons, I can't help but fall in love with it every time I see it. It's got a pretty decent ability if you're trying to capture Pokemon that self-destruct, so things like Graveler and stuff like that. So it's decent as a utility Pokemon, but other than that, I don't know. Not the greatest of Pokemon, so can't really recommend it. So on here, there's not much going on here. There's a couple of battles which we are going to do just for the sake of getting some experience. Like I say, we're not going to take on every single trainer in this playthrough. However, I really recommend you do it because a lot of post-game elements are locked behind seeing every single Pokemon in the regional Sinnoh Pokedex. So make sure you take on every trainer you see. You're not going to save a massive amount of time by skipping them. It's just for the sake of like not making massively long videos is why I'm skipping them, right? So I don't want to bore you guys with the same, oh, we're using Ember on this Pokemon. Ooh, now we're using Ember on this Pokemon. Now they're dead. Fantastic. So, yeah, that's why we're doing that. So, Abra levels up, level 8, very nice. We're going to get that to level 16. It's going to be a very capable member of our team. Got a couple of Pokemon who were slow burners, right? Take quite a bit of experience to level up. Well, not quite a lot of experience. I mean, let's face it, level 20 and level 16 is not that high a level. Hopefully, they'll be evolved by the second gym, if not the third gym. So, a couple of good Pokemon. Look how expressive these freaking models are. I'm really impressed. Like, I want a Pokemon game in this art style, just like all the time. I don't want the chibi models, even though the chibi models are cute. Don't get me wrong. It's an art style decision that Ilka have made, but I want this. This is sick. This is amazing. Magikarp's level 11. Shinx will be evolving soon, which will be quite nice. Might evolve in this episode. Yeah, this episode might be a bit of a long one because I just want to burn through this next bit of the game. This isn't like Sword and Shield where you can just basically just grind out every single gym in the space of a couple of hours. There's a lot to do in between every single gym, and yeah, I want to try and retain this thing of like one episode we get to the city we need to get to, next episode we take on the gym leader, and then every other episode basically we're taking on gym leaders, and hopefully have this series be about 20 episodes long. That might not be possible. Why have we got Magikarp in second? Why have we done this to ourselves? Let's bring out Shinx. At least they'll get shared experience, I guess. So, yeah. Might be a bit of a long episode. Bit of story progression going on in this one. At least we lower its attack. That's nice. We're going to have to... This is going to be a 4-turn freaking battle here. We're going to bite. I'm going to bite Pachirisu. Our attack has been lowered. Attack Shinx. That's cool. We're just going to rely on Monferno for the first few gyms, and then we'll have to start varying up our team because there's a few gyms that will have, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for here? Just, they'll have advantages over Monferno. Grew to level 9. The level curve in this game, I'm actually really impressed with it. I'm normally able to fully evolve my starter come the fourth gym. In this game, it doesn't look like that's going to be possible. We're only level 16 now, which is quite impressive. Now, we are going to be getting access to a couple of really freaking cool gift Pokemon, which I'll explain in just a second. Defeated the twins. There we go. Oh. Look how expressive. It's so freaking sick. Like, I want that. I want that the entire game. Like, they say that all Pokemon developers, they can't animate the transition to 3D. It's been but no, I'm really impressed. So here's Flower Roma Town. This is where we advance the story. If you talk to these two NPCs here, gather you've seen a wishing star before. This guy is going to give us a Jirachi. A freaking Jirachi. Yes. The mythical Pokemon. Like, that's insane. If you have a save file for Pokemon Sword and Shield, or Pokemon Sword or Shield, and this old elderly lady is going to give us a Mew. Freaking Mew, if you have a save file for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. You don't even need to have actually like saved the game. All you need to do is boot up the game. So you can just borrow a friend's cartridge or something and you'll get access to those Pokemon. Absolutely ridiculous. We're just going to skip through Flower Roma Town here. Head to Route 205 and the Valley Windworks, where this young girl is going to say, please, can you get my papa for me? He works at the Valley Windworks. But the people dressed like space aliens are mean. Dressed like space... Are they dressed like space aliens? No, they're dressed like people. Kids have insane imaginations. Okay, find a potion right here. There are a few brand new Pokemon available here on Route 205 and the Valley Windworks, but we're not going to discuss them just yet. Because there's going to be a few battles, stuff like that. And we're going to be going to and from Flower Roma Town. I'll explain them in about 10 minutes or so. Glameow, fortunately now we're not fully evolved. We're first stage evolution with Monferno. We got power up punch. I can't speak to save my life. What's wrong with me? What is bloody wrong with me? Easy fights, easy game, easy life. Just yeah. That's how I like it. Shinx level 14. It can be a... Shinx evolves into... Why can't I remember what it evolves into? What's wrong with me? We got Jirachi and Mew on our team. I don't think we're going to use them. Both really good Pokemon. I didn't prepare bios for them, infographics for them, because how was I supposed to know that Ilka were just going to freaking give us mythical Pokemon after your first gym battle? That's insane. But they both have like base stat totals of 600, 100 across the board. You can mold them into whatever the hell you want to mold them into, whether you want them to be defensive, specially attacking, specially defensive, physically attacking, etc, etc. Really amazing Pokemon to have. I actually really like that they've given you these Pokemon at level 5, because most of the time you don't get mythical Pokemon until like the post game, or you don't get them levels that are really usable on your team. Normally you get them at level 100 from Pokemon Center events. This time you can actually use them on your team. I really like that. I know a few people online, I've seen tweets, are complaining that, oh, look at Ilka making the game trivially easy. It's like, no. Like, at the end of the day, these games are just supposed to be fun, right? They're just supposed to... I don't know, they're never supposed to be challenging. These games are aimed at a child audience, but it's just really nice that people are going to be able to use Pokemon like Mew and Jirachi on their team in their adventure. Like, that's freaking sick. Like, that's actually amazing. In my personal playthrough, which I'm kind of considering this is my personal playthrough, I normally play through the game for my YouTube series, and then I play through it in my own time, but I'm kind of thinking, screw it. Like, I may as well just have this as my personal playthrough as well. But I'm thinking if I do one, I might actually use Mew or Jirachi, because how cool would that be? Yeah, I already have like a surplus of them in my Pokemon home anyway, so I don't need them to be like EV trained or anything. So it's just interesting. It's just fun. Right. So we are nearly done with these battles here. It's actually going to be very easy to get through this part of the game. I was thinking it was going to take like 20 minutes to get to the Valley Windworks and all that kind of stuff, but we're not even 10 minutes in and we are blasting through it. So that's pretty good. We defeat this grunt. He's taken it back. If only I had some decent Pokemon. I want a Pokemon game in this style. The music so far, I really bloody love. Is Brad's tough, like really, really tough. Tougher than I can put into words. And I know a lot of words, like Donald Trump. I know the best words. What does he normally say? Probably shouldn't get political in this. It would be funny though. That's the thing, they seem to have forgotten it. It's a works key. It must be for the Valley Windworks. It's of no use to me. You might as well have it. I mean, it would be pretty dodgy of you if you were to keep the works key. Like, oh, this random key that they've dropped on the floor. You know what? I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, screw you, 10-year-old child. We get a jar of honey. This is going to open up a brand new method of encountering Pokemon. Hello, Future Phil here. Just to inform you on the mechanics of honey trees, you'll notice these yellow trees located all over the various routes of the region. You're able to slather honey on them, and 6 hours later, a Pokemon may appear on it, but be aware roughly 10% of the time a Pokemon simply won't appear. The species of Pokemon, or whether one will appear at all, is determined at the time a tree is slathered, so you can't reset for a specific Pokemon that you maybe want. There's a whole bunch of Pokemon who are only available exclusively on these trees. Let's talk about them. 5.5% of the time you'll encounter an Apom, a pretty mediocre normal type that evolves into a half decent, albeit glass cannon of a physical attacker. It's a bit of a one-trick pony and unfortunately has a move pool that complements its poor special attack more, but is a fun Pokemon to use if you, I don't know, just stick Last Resort on it and nuke Pokemon with its normal same type attack bonus. 1% of the time you'll encounter a Heracross, and my lord do I love this Pokemon. If you play around its prevalent 4 times weakness to flying, you'll have an incredibly capable physical attacker with good bulk, a move pool that allows you to take advantage of its fantastic strengths and play around its weaknesses. Big fan of this. If you're lucky enough to encounter it, you won't go wrong using it. 11% of the time you'll bump into a Burmy, a Pokemon whose type is dependent on which environment the honey tree you've slathered resides. It has a branched evolution based on its gender, which makes this Pokemon a little complex to talk about. I never properly got along with this Pokemon and its evolutions, but it's a fun little gimmicky Pokemon that's here to show us the complexity of honey trees. 22% of the time you'll encounter a Combee, which, as long as you found a female, which is only 12.5% of the time, will evolve at a fairly low level of 21 and is pretty alright. There's nothing too special about it, unfortunately. Thankfully, it has pretty balanced stats, excelling in its defenses. It's unfortunately never really going to shine in competitive online battles, but will serve you pretty okay in the main story with its pretty well-rounded mixed move pool. 7.5% of the time you'll encounter a Cherubi, a grass-type Pokemon who, unfortunately, in comparison to other grass-type options in the game, is just inferior to those Pokemon. Its poor stats wouldn't be as much of an issue if you could play around its weaknesses with a good move pool, but again, unfortunately, it just doesn't possess one beyond a plethora of grass-type attacks. At this point, you've already had the opportunity to pick up a Budew, and that would serve you much better. 1% of the time, in 4 randomly allocated honey trees across the region, which change every single save file with absolutely no way of knowing if you're slathering honey on the right tree, you have the potential to encounter Munchlax. Its evolution is absolutely great, incredibly bulky with great special defense and physical attack. If you switch out around physical attackers, you'll have a Pokemon that will boss the entire game. It's a shame it's so difficult to obtain from honey trees. Thankfully, you can encounter it in certain biomes in the Grand Underground, a mechanic that will be introduced to us in Eterna City, so don't waste your time trying to encounter one of these via honey trees unless you're a complete maniac. Okay, go on with the video past Phil. Now we're gonna head back to the Valley Windworks. We're just going back and forth right now. What is this? What is this? We've got the key to unlock here, the works key. There we go. Open it up. Fantastic. Now we're gonna take on Team Galactic again for the first time and meet one of their bosses. No way, you have the key? Locking the door was meaningless. I'm the loser in this after all. This is no time for self-pity. I've got to alert the commander. Phil, that's probably accurate for what he sounds like. I think there's only 2 required fights in here, so we'll take on this guy and the leader, and then we can make our way to Eterna Forest. I'm, yeah, pretty good. This episode might not be as long as I was really expecting it to be. Because we're not going to be taking on every single freaking trainer, we are going to be able to speed through some parts of this game, which is all I really want, to be fair. I don't want to be like uploading hour-long episodes for you guys, because I know you guys even though it's Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl season, even though you guys are probably enjoying the game yourselves, playing through it while watching this or whatever, it's like, no, I don't want to be uploading hour-and-a-half episodes, because one, they do awful in the algorithm, because even though the watch time will be big, like, they're quite intimidating to watch. So yeah, I don't want to be doing that. Anyway, here's the commander. I'm not good at freaking formulating sentences right now. This shouldn't be too hard. Again, with Monferno, now we've got a Pokemon with super effective attacks on normal type Pokemon. I think she leads with Zubat. Yep, perfect. I was going to say Zubat. Zubat's name came on screen before I said it, but I was going to say Zubat, I promise. I'm just going to Ember this. It's level 14. Wow, level 14. We're confused. Thankfully, confusion is now only a 33% chance of hitting yourself, so the odds are in your favor that you'll actually hit your target. I remember it used to be 50-50. We snap out perfect. It used to be 50-50, so like para hacks. If you were paralyzed and confused at the same time, it was a real hassle. There we go, getting a bunch of levels. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but we might just use Jirachi and Mew as like death fodder. Look at their stats already. That's pretty good. We'll compare them to Monferno in a bit. Purugly, this is going to be our first encounter with actually a pretty tough Pokemon. It's going to be trivial with Power Up Punch, but this is a stage 1 evolution fake out. It's always going to fake out, so that's alright. Very speedy. Look at that. That's insane damage. Attack Rose. I'm half tempted to heal up here. I think it's only doing 7 damage with Scratch. It did 15. I should have been paying attention. Oh my life. That was risky. We need to be more careful. Okay, so Magikarp. Its speed is its best stat, so 26, 22. I'm just comparing Abra 30 special attack. Yeah, like across the board, those are some really impressive stats for Mew and Jirachi. 28 special defense, 28 special attack. God, they're OP to have this early. It's really cool that like kids are going to be able to play with those Pokemon though. Like honestly, what? Shinx is evolving, fantastic. Why am I doing this? I just come across as like really sarcastic and snarky. What am I doing? We get our, I can't remember your name. Luxio. Why couldn't I remember that? Fake Pokemon fan. Bad dog. Bad dog. Slap on the wrists. Oops, I messed that one up. That's alright though, I quite enjoyed our battle. I guess it's time to say goodbye and leave for the time being. Alright, so, I've tried recording this episode once before, and it froze when I went to Flower Roma freaking Pokemon Center, so I'm gonna save before I go in Flower Roma town. Because I'm scared that's going to happen again. That'd be quite funny. Yo, Papa, you're stinky. Go shower now, stinky. Oh, sorry, haha, they had me working non-stop. Thank you, trainer. You made those bad people go away. I think the balloon Pokemon will come visiting again. Very nice. Very nice. We're going to talk about that in just a second. I'm going to head back to the Pokemon Center. See you in 2 seconds. Right, I didn't have any SD card malfunction or Switch malfunction or whatever the hell happened before, so that's good. Right, so on Fridays, and today is Friday, unfortunately it hasn't appeared, you'll be able to encounter a Drifloon, which is a super cool Pokemon to encounter. Available only on Fridays, like I've said. It's more defensively minded, so again, it's not the greatest of Pokemon to have on your team for the main story. But I really like Drifloon simply due to the exclusivity of it. Evolves fairly early on, I guess, and it's just overall a pretty unique ghost-type Pokemon with a really dark Pokedex kind of, I don't know, entry history kind of stuff. I really like Drifloon. Pick one up if you're looking for a defensively minded member of your team. You can't go wrong with this. It gets access to a few good attacks as well. Next up on Route 205 in the Valley Windworks is Pachirisu. Now, Pachirisu doesn't evolve, and its stats are pretty mediocre as they are. Might be okay early game to use, but unfortunately there are better electric type Pokemon to use. It's a Pikachu clone, and unfortunately Pikachu clones aren't known for their fantastic stats across the board. It's cute, it's adorable, and that's probably the best thing I can say about it. It gets access to pickups, so if you're looking for like a team of pickup Pokemon, so you can get like potions, super potions, rare candies, stuff like that super easily, that's probably the most use you'll get out of Pachirisu, unfortunately. Overall, I can't recommend it for your team, but it's cute, and that's all that really needs to be said about it. Next up on screen is Buizel. I don't know what to say about this Pokemon because it's not the worst Pokemon in the world. However, I am of the belief that there are better water-type Pokemon in this game. In fact, I have one of them, or at least the base form of it, on my team in Magikarp. Buizel is a decent mixed attacker with very good speed. However, it's just kind of missing that additional power you need to really be a powerhouse on your team. If you're looking for a water-type Pokemon and you want to use a Pokemon from the Sinnoh region, then sure, pick one up, but know that it doesn't have the most varied move pool, and there are better water-type Pokemon out there, such as Piplup. You could have picked one up, such as Gyarados. It's sad because I really like Buizel as a Pokemon, as a design. It's missing something that really makes it stand out. Finally on this route is Shallows. And Shallows is one of those Pokemon in comparison to Buizel that I think is probably better. It's more defensively minded. It's very slow. It definitely shines more in competitive. It gets a fantastic second typing once it evolves into Gastrodon in water ground type, meaning it's only weak to grass type attacks, though they are 4 times super effective to it. It's a very well balanced Pokemon apart from its pretty poor speed. And it also gets access to Storm Drain, which in double battles is fantastic, or even like in single battles against water type Pokemon. You can send it out and it will boost its special attack and not do any damage to you. I really like Shallows and I really like Gastrodon, and if you're going to pick up a water type Pokemon on this route, I recommend Shallows over Buizel, though both do have perks that, I don't know, could make either of them worth your time. Right, I feel like we've been in this battle for a long time. I was trying to come up with things to say, I guess, come up with give you guys an informative look at those Pokemon. I hope I'm doing well explaining these Pokemon. I'm not a Pokemon expert, especially competitively, but hopefully I'm giving you guys decent guidance. If I'm not, then, well, I'm sorry. That's all I can really say. So we're going to continue on. I'm actually going to try and skip a few trainers here. I might come back off screen and take them on. But I just want to speed through this. We're going to grab this Repel right here. As I said, I recommend you taking on every single trainer that you come across because the level curve is actually quite balanced. Ilka have done a fantastic job here, and you're going to need the experience. But for the sake of time in this playthrough, I want to just, you know, like, get through everywhere as quick as possible. So, Eterna Forest. This is going to be a brand new mechanic to us. We are going to meet up with Cheryl. So your name is PD Winnow. I'm sincerely glad to meet you. PD Winnow, may I ask you a big favor? I want to get through this forest, but I'm afraid of doing it alone. I've heard that there is a sinister group of people called Team Galactic about. I think they'll be safety in numbers. Please, may I go through with you? Of course you can. Let's do it. So, it's going to be a brand new mechanic to us. For the entirety of Eterna Forest, at least your first playthrough here, you're going to be doing exclusively double battles. Cheryl is going to have a Chansey, which is a great Pokemon to have. She's going to heal you up after every single battle. Getting through Eterna Forest is pretty trivial because of that, super easy. It also makes shiny hunting here really fun in that you get double battles, and that's obviously double the rate of encounters. So yeah, if you want a shiny hunt, this is probably the best early stage way of doing it, because you can double the encounters, because it will be double battles. I hope I've explained that all right. But that does also risk Chansey KOing the shiny Pokemon if you encounter it. So what I suggest, if you do encounter a Pokemon you want to capture in Eterna Forest, shiny or not, KO the Chansey, it'll be healed for the next fight. So it can't do any damage to you. So we get Flame Wheel here. Our attack and special attack are identical, so we're going to get rid of Scratch here. Just so Ember, if we come across a Pokemon that's specially defensive, we can use Flame Wheel instead, if that makes sense. And vice versa, if we come across a more physically defensive Pokemon, at least we have Ember as a special attacking move. There's a few brand new Pokemon you can be able to encounter here. We may as well talk about them while we're in this fight. The first of which is going to be Murkrow. Murkrow is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond exclusive. I actually really like Murkrow's evolution line here. Honchkrow isn't going to set the world alight. However, it gets a very good physical attack and very good speed. Its defenses are very meddling. However, it's just a really, really fun Pokemon to use. Not many people use it. It sees some use in competitive play, but overall, it's kind of a niche Pokemon. And I really like it. So if you want a Pokemon that not many people use, definitely pick one up. I really like Murkrow. Pokemon Pearl equivalent of it, Pokemon Pearl exclusive equivalent of it is Misdreavus. I really like Murkrow, and unfortunately I can't really say the same for Misdreavus, though it does have very balanced special attack, special defense, and speed. If you're looking for a special attacker, you know what? You might not do too bad with this. There's definitely better Ghost-type Pokemon in this game, such as Ghastly, which we'll get to later on. But this isn't the worst choice. If you're looking for a brand new Sinnoh exclusive evolution of a Pokemon, not the worst in the world. We're going to speed through the next few Pokemon. Pokemon Diamond exclusive here is Silcoon. I've already spoken about Wurmple. It just kind of sucks at this stage of the game. Same can be said for Beautifly, again found in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. These evolutions can be gotten in either version by evolving Wurmple, just getting lucky with the personality ID stuff. Yeah, just stay clear of these. And if you want these for your Pokedex, then what I'd say is just evolve a Wurmple. In Pokemon Pearl, you'll get Cascoon. Again, steer clear of this. Don't catch Cascoon and evolve it, because it'll only have Harden and it will make using Dustox harder. Same can be said for Silcoon. And again, Dustox, nah, just stay clear. They're not worth your time. There's much better Pokemon to have on your team. If you want to challenge yourself, then yeah, I guess, sure, use them. But it's whatever. The most interesting Pokemon you can find here is Baneri. I have bad memories of Baneri, because it evolves via happiness, but it evolves at a much higher rate of happiness than most typical Pokemon that evolve via happiness, if that makes any sense. So I trained a Baneri to level 54 and it still didn't evolve into its evolution. It's a pretty good physical attacker with good speed. However, without its Mega Evolution, which isn't available in this game, it just kind of leaves a lot to be desired. And I don't know, I kind of find normal type Pokemon to be liabilities. I'd rather Pokemon that are more suited for certain roles. I can't recommend Baneri on the basis that, unfortunately, its full potential can't be reached without that Mega Evolution. But it's not the worst Pokemon in the world. It definitely has its uses. It has good physical attack and moves that suit that physical attack. So we should be able to get through Eterna Forest fairly quickly and efficiently. So it's just taking on these required fights, which is a little bit of a hassle, but like, if I'm going to call Pokemon battles a hassle, then why am I playing Pokemon for you guys on the internet? This is what I mean about encountering double battles. If you want a shiny hunt, now's the time to do it. There's a few really cool candidates for shiny Pokemon on this route. If you got, on this route, in this forest, if you got lucky and got like a not Lopunny, Baneri, oh, that's cool. Pink Baneri, that's freaking amazing. We can skip them trainers right there. That's fantastic. If you got unlucky and got a Wurmple, then I feel bad for you, even though it's shiny is all right. If you got a shiny Murkrow or Misdreavus, that would be cool. I was gonna say I've never encountered a shiny Pokemon in my like walkthroughs. However, I did in Let's Go. It was actually the thing that like really motivated me to carry on. I caught a shiny Mankey, which was fun. That's good times. The battle freaking scenes are beautiful. I really like this art style. I want a full game in all of this, in this style. You need Cut to get here. We will discover here a little bit later on in the walkthrough. I will talk about that later on in the walkthrough with you guys. I'll keep it a secret for now. There's the exit. I'm so relieved we finally got here. I would have never been able to get through this by myself. Yeah, Cheryl, honestly, we skipped most of it, so so that's quite easy. This is the continuation of Route 205, so there's no brand new Pokemon available here as far as I'm aware. If there is, I'll cover it in the next episode. Here's Eterna City. And honestly, I think we're good to end off the episode here, unless we can get access to the underground here. If you talk to this elderly gentleman right here, you can call me the Underground Man. I'll make a gift of this to you. You want to get this, the Explorer Kit, because this opens up a whole other level of the game, which is amazing. This is probably the best part of Generation 4. Basically, there's a whole underground segment of the Sinnoh region, which is just opened up to you before the second gym, which is amazing. First, go to the underground. Going underground is quite easy using the Explorer Kit. Give it a try. Oh, I didn't realize you were going to make us actually freaking do it, good sir. We'll use it. Go on. This is I have like such fond memories of this, and they've enhanced it in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl to make it the Grand Underground, where you can encounter Pokemon Platinum exclusive Pokemon. So really, really cool. It's kind of hard to answer. I mean, you can do pretty much anything you want down here. Wait, you're not the man. You're Rourke. Why to the service? Okay. Hello, Phil of the future here again. Let's talk about the Pokemon you can obtain via fossils down here while we're quickly in the Grand Underground. I spent about an hour trying to find a fossil, so be aware they are very, very rare. If you're playing Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, you can find a Skull fossil, which can be revived into Granados, possibly the biggest glass cannon in the game. It's so ridiculously fun to use with what is the biggest physical attacking stat in the game, however, basically has non-existent defenses and speed. If you are able to land a hit with this, the opponent will not just faint, but it will pass away. In Pokemon Shining Pearl, you can find the Armor fossil down here, which can be revived into a Shieldon, a more defensive Pokemon whose only meta relevance really comes in Pokemon Go. Incredible defenses overshadowed by poor HP, attack and speed, but if you want to just basically bore your opponents to death because they simply won't be able to KO this thing, then be my guest, go right ahead. These fossils can be revived in Auburg City's museum. Simply speak to the guy at the counter, leave the building and re-enter it to claim your fossil. Okay, farewell. I'm going to do a more in-depth walkthrough of this place. I'm just doing this because I've been told to, I guess, by the old man. He didn't allow me to say no as an answer, so that's whatever. But I will do a more in-depth guide to talk about the Pokemon available down there. We get a few spheres. These are important for trading in for statues and things like that. Meeting a new Pokemon is 100 times more fun when it's a rare one. Your way to being a spelunker has barely begun. If you want to know more, just come visit me. We're going to talk more about that in a future episode, so don't worry, we'll get to it. I'm just focused on the main story right now. In the next episode, we're going to take on the second gym of this game, see what Team Galactic are up to. They're probably having a good time in this city. It's a nice city. And yeah, see you guys then.